What up, Wastelanders? Christopher here at Gaslands, NorCal. Thanks for joining me once again for another conversion video. Now, if you watch some of my previous videos, I've been doing a lot of product comparison, new techniques, I've done a challenge, stuff like that. And I haven't done a build video just because I want to do a build video. So I thought, you know what, this time that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do something on video that I haven't done before, not that. I'm going to do a monster truck. Sure, I've done all sorts of vehicles where I've jacked them up and everything else, but never actually done a video where I use an actual monster truck casting to do the build. So that's what we're going to do this time. And for that, we're going to be using the Greenlight King of Crunch Iron Eagle to make this happen. Now, I'm going to change the paint and everything else. Most of the time when I do a build, I'll do a vehicle or a wheel swap. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to keep the wheels. I'm going to change out I'm going to repaint the undercarriage and stuff so it's not the orange, obviously looking plastic and toy-like and everything else. Repaint the hubcaps and stuff. I'm pretty sure I'm going to strip off all the paint. I'm going to get this thing apart and see what it looks like and see how the front and the back end looks and everything else. So let's do that. So this time we're going to do a monster truck build. First things first, we got to get this baby apart and we'll see if we strip it. Alright, so we're all taken apart, which was a chore in and of itself, all the little bits and everything that went on here. Stripped up, primed and everything. Took off the bed cover, and I do like that they made the interior of the bed detailed and everything. You can see there the ruts and everything that a normal tail truck bed would have. So I'm going to get this painted up before I start putting it back together. That is one of the things with this brand of casting, is there's not the rivets that I normally attach my hemostats to so I can paint. So I'm going to just put it on a paper towel and airbrush it that way. So that's going to make it a little bit different. Maybe one of these days I'll do a comparison for like Hot Wheels and Greenlight and stuff like that. Johnny Lightning, just different kinds of castings that are out there. That would be a good idea. So I haven't gone through all of the different colors that I've got, the express color from Vallejo, so I'm going to be using a mummy white for this one because I want to make it a little bit lighter because I'm going to do some decals on there. I want the rust and stuff to stand out, and I haven't used this one, so we'll see how this one turns out. Looks like it's going to be kind of a dark tan, so we'll see. Anyway, let's get it painted up and let that dry, and we'll start doing the undercarriage and everything, get that silver and the hubcaps and stuff, and we'll see where we're going to go next. But got some ideas for this. We'll see how they turn out, so let's get it painted. Alright, so the base is all painted up and ready to start getting things reassembled, but first we gotta get those things all painted up. For the undercarriage, like I said, the plastic and everything looks very much like a toy, so we're gonna paint that silver. First, I'm going to prime it in black along with the hubcaps. I kind of went back and forth on whether I wanted to try to take it apart or not. I don't want to risk like breaking the plastic, so I'm just going to keep it all together, prime it in black, and then dry brush it in silver, and it should turn out perfect. So that's what we're going to do with that. Got some weapons, a big old pokey ram that's going to go in the front. We're going to do a wrecking ball for the back. The cab is big enough that a driver will fit in there relatively easily, so I got the driver all ready to get painted. Going to do a little bit with the interior, obviously not going to keep the black because it looks like plastic. So paint it up and probably some tan and add some shading and stuff in there just to make that a little bit different. So let's get everything all base coated in the black, start doing some dry brushing, get our little driver all figured out, and then we'll start looking to see how we're going to get it together. But yeah, looking pretty good so far, so let's do it. we've got everything all kind of ready to go to get it reassembled. I've got the wrecking ball with the spike ball all painted red, white, and blue. That's kind of the direction I'm going to be going with this build. Got some decals on there, flags, the old stars and stripes ready to go. I'm not going to change out the engine because it is so specific to the rest of the casting, so I'm just going to keep that on there. Got the undercarriages and everything all painted up. That's one of the things when you're painting plastic that you really have to kind of be careful of when you're doing the dry brushing and everything, is that some of the paints you use with the plastic, it'll peel off and everything if you're not careful, so I have to really make sure you're using the right paints. I used the Vallejo Black Lotus for the initial coating of it, and then dry brushed it with some silver Monument Hobby. So looking great. Everything's looking good. Got the RAM, the weapons, and everything ready to go. Driver's all ready to be in there. Get everything together. So first, I'm gonna stick the decals on there, and then I'll probably get everything together. Not necessarily the weapons and the RAM before I do the chipping, and get the chipping done, and then get the RAM and the weapons on there, and then take a look and see if I want to do any kind of rust work and stuff. So let's get the decals on base. We'll get together, and then we'll see what we have to do next. But looking very cool. I'm liking it. America! So we're all finished getting together everything, all chipped up and everything. Got the fine detail stuff, headlights and taillights and stuff going on, obviously. So let's get towards the final step, which is going to be getting the weapons on there. Got the Star-Spangled Basher ready to stick on there. Got a weapon, got a RAM and everything. It's going to look very cool going on there. And then the final step is going to be the rust. Now I'm going to go back to the old favorite for my rust technique, starting off with the Green Stuff World medium rust oxide. Get a little bit on there. I don't want to do a whole lot of rust work on there, just a little bit. Once that's dried, I'm going to hit it with some of the dirty down rust effects. Make sure you really shake this stuff. Just shake the hell out of it. Make sure all the gooey stuff on the bottom gets mixed up. Once that's all dried up, we're going to hit it with some panel liner, and then that stuff will be good to go. Dust it up, and then this thing will be ready to hit the Wastelands and just destroy some stuff. So let's get the weapons on there, and we'll get it all rusty. So let's do it. Alright, so the dirty down is all dried up, like that alliteration, and everything. So the final step we're going to do for the rusting is we're going to dry brush with some of the rust dry brush from MIG, just over the rusty spots, the dirty down spots. It's going to give it even more of a realistic effect. Add some panel line on there, dust everything up, and this thing will be good to go. Really liking how this is turning out. I like that the decals are still standing out and stuff. Very much a Star-Spangled Basher. So let's get everything finished up and we'll see where we're at. But yeah, liking how this is going. So let's dry brush. Alright, and there we have it. One Greenlight Ford F-350 King of Crunch Iron Eagle converted to a Star-Spangled Basher for the Wastelands. Like I said, I've never done an actual monster truck with the undercarriage and everything before. Really glad I did it. I enjoyed doing it. I love the decals coming from Rust Belt Customs, the RAM and everything, the wrecking ball. Totally awesome. I've never actually run a monster truck before, so I guess I'll have to run one now to see how it is. From what I understand, they're kind of a glass cannon, but a lot of fun to play. I've played on the mat with several people who have run them. They just look like a really enjoyable casting team build to run. So yeah, so we're gonna have to try that one of these days. If you enjoyed this video, you learned something, do me a favor and hit that like button. My goal is to do weekly videos, whether they're vehicle builds, terrain builds, battle reports, whatever. So if that's for you, hit the sub button below, ring the bell to get notified when new content drops. I do sell all my builds pretty inexpensively on my Etsy page. If you want to pick something up, see what else I've done, you can even request a custom build. If you'd really like to show some love, head on my Patreon page and get signed up. Every bit helps keep the paint flowing, the printer printing, and the camera rolling. Until next time, keep your foot on the gas and your finger on the trigger. Gaslands NorCal, signing out.